Hi, folks. It's been a while. Whew. Man, I haven't gotten a lot of sleep. I was up till 3 a.m. last night. Got up early this morning to work on a project, and I thought to myself, let me share this with my viewers. Hi, this is Elgin Bowling, your creative caricature marketing consultant, and today I want to talk to you about something that is so important as a freelancer. It's based on a mistake that I made recently, just last night, that I had to make up. How could I do this? Let me just tell you, listen to what I got to say because I don't want you making the same mistake. It could cost you time, money, and a lot of frustrations, but let me bring you through this. I had a client. Now, this is not an attempt to badmouth my client, and I will not be mentioning my client's name or the nature of the job. I will not be doing that. It's a bad way to do business, and we should never badmouth our clients. If anything, if there is a misunderstanding, it's because we didn't make things as clear. You should always remember that as a business person. If your client doesn't understand something or gives you something, throws you a curveball like my client did, it's because I didn't understand. I didn't make myself clear on something. But let me continue. A week ago, my client gives me a job. He wants me to do two illustrations that he's going to turn, into, this large extravaganza poster kind of thing, right? He tells me, well, he gives me the faces of each client and tells me the theme that he wants. Now, he doesn't give me any specifics on how to do this. He says something like, well, I want this person, I'll just make up a thing that he wants. I want a cowboy kind of theme, a Western kind of theme, for both parties. I want one person to be the sheriff, I want one person to be the deputy, and that's it. Here are the pictures. Now, whenever I do a job for caricature, I always say, send me recent pictures. That's number one. If you're doing any kind of illustration job that involves a likeness that you have to draw for either caricature, cartoon, whatever, ask for recent pictures, which I did because you don't know these people and your illustration will reflect what you see. So the client did that. Good. Bada bing, bada boom. I got started on the job, did what he requested, worked, steadily on this, did not procrastinate, did my research and everything, and handed him back the product. Now, one day before, I handed it back on the deadline with this. Then I got the pictures back, and here's what the client says to me. Oh, well, can you, the likeness on one of them is great. Can you include a golf club in there? And I said, golf club? That's like not the theme that we were going for. You told me you wanted a Western theme. He had to be a sheriff, so based on that, I just added Western things in there. Now, the golf club, that's a very specific thing. If that's a very specific thing that is part of what that person's personality is, you should have told me about it. I would have included it, okay? But now the person is insisting that this is a very specific thing, so I had to go back and include this and incorporate it in the drawing some kind of way. That's work. Here's the one mistake that I want you guys to be aware of. When you are dealing with a client, I didn't do this, and it cost me more work. Make sure you spell out to them in idiot-proof terms, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to include. And you ask them, make sure you ask them, is there anything at all that needs to be in this picture? Tell me now so I can include that. Normally I would do that. This time I didn't because I tell you, how can I guess that a golf club should belong in a Western picture? No way I could do it, but it's my fault by not asking the person, is there anything that you want to include in this to make this a stronger picture. So number one, ask what they want to include. What has to be in the picture? Number two, the other likeness. They didn't like it at all. They said, this is not this person. You're making them look too goofy, blah, 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 blah. And I looked at the picture objectively, because I took my ego out of it. It's very easy to put your ego in something when you're drawing it. And I said, this looks like that photograph. And I explained to the person, look, you know your friend, I don't. I'm looking at a photograph, you see little subtle nuances of him, you know him, okay? They sent me a video which revealed two things to me. Number one, the photograph that I was looking at was this person as a slightly younger person, slightly different personality based on how he was behaving in the picture, very different look. The other one, he's a slightly older man, which changed his appearance totally. And so now I had to redo the picture. I'm kind of like just a little upset because I said, well, wow, if I would have had this in the beginning, this information, this video in the beginning, I could have saved time and constructed this picture differently and saved myself time. So number two, if you are dealing with a client and he has pictures, ask him, emphasize, really, really, really emphasize, are these recent pictures? Is this how this person looks right now? Not, are these pictures that he likes and he looks good in these pictures? I mean, hey, I looked great when I was 16, but I'm 50 years old now. I can't use those pictures because it's not me and it's not going to look like me now. Besides, I had a big afro back then. It's not going to look like me. Okay? So ask that. Ask it. Make sure that it's recent. Make sure that it's idiot-proof as possible. Trust me, I'm a little frustrated because I spent a lot of time on this, and time is money, okay? And I have limited time, unfortunately, today. But save yourself some time and follow these guidelines. I'm kind of ranting a little bit today, but I really hope this is clear because I really do feel passionate about it. Make sure, if you walk away with anything in this video, guys and dolls, make sure when you're dealing with a client that you are very, very, very specific down the line of what they want. Be a better communicator. Don't be stupid like I was. Don't be short-sighted like I was and assume things. You'll end up doing a lot more work than you plan on doing. This is Elgin Subway Surfer Bowling, your creative caricature marketing consultant. Tell me what you think.